David Corson, Friday, April 25th, 2025. Happy TGIF, woohoo! Last Friday in April, number 17 for the year. Time is flying by, only 35 more to go. And it'll be the end of the year. Hello, 2026. Never a dull moment. Anyway, it's a little past 6. I'm out here warming up, ready to kick it in gear. Figure I want to get this done because I'm trying to get home for the DU Marquette game that starts at 7. I'll be yelling at my laptop. I'm going to do a little paperwork. I'm sitting there watching the game. And then maybe we'll get something to eat. My wife's running late. Out there doing stuff today with one of her real estate friends. They're on their way home. So I'm out here working on myself, my happiness, my financial stability, my cardio, my legs, my arms, my mental capacity. And had an awesome day, had an awesome week. Looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to get my concrete poured tomorrow. Set concrete getting set up tomorrow early. So I'm going up. I'll be up on the lot watching them do all this rebar for the driveway, the circular driveway, and the sidewalk going up to the front of the house. And then irrigation pipes on Monday, and then sod and all that stuff will be done. Irrigation pipes, on Tuesday, and sod on Wednesday, and finish up Thursday. And getting the floors put in and like that. I think that house is going to be done. I might make it by May 1st, which is what I wanted to do. So hopefully you had an awesome day. Still got a smile on your face, positive thought, all that good stuff. I'm just going to continue on stretching my legs here as I talk. I might go in the shade in and out, but that's okay. In any event, oh man, I got a ton of stuff done today. Got working on my magazine, going into production, trying to get people to fill out these engineering forms, getting some ads in, booking some podcasts for the next couple of weeks, getting ready for the weekend. What I got to get done at the house, we got to prepare our house to get sold too. So, just doing one room at a time, getting things done. The garage has got to get cleaned out, and we have one junk room. It's not junk room. It's my wife's design room where she has all her foo-foo stuff. And anyway, we just have to clean stuff up, get the yard cut. I did mulch last weekend. I'm going to trim all the trees up this weekend, so it's presentable. I mean, it's a nice little house. Someone's going to buy it. I mean, we had to beat 25 people out of it back in I forget when we closed on this, 2021. Hey, in any event, I had to pay cash for it. Wasn't going to get it. As is, the house has been great for what we use it for. And anyway, we just got to make it. Make it look staged, nice, and then go up and watch the concrete Sunday. Give the boat a wash, see if the batteries need to get. So that's what I'm going to do on Sunday, and then the last week in April, I'm going under this tree into the shades. Oh man, that breeze feels so good. I mean, it's about, I don't know, maybe it's 80. I don't know. I'm going to sweat my tail off here. So, but anyway, DU lacrosse. It's the last final game of the season. They're playing in Marquette up in Milwaukee. 7 o'clock on my laptop. And I already told my wife, you know what I'll be doing? We'll either be going out a little later to get something to eat or take out, but I'm going to watch the game because this is going to determine, I think, if they're 3 or 4 seed in the Big East tournament. That's next weekend at Denver, their home field. So if they win this, I think they'll be number 3. If they lose, they'll be number 4. So, but you don't want to play the number 1 seed Villanova. They already beat us once by 1 goal. I think it was a really close game. They beat us on our home field. And you want to be the 3 seed because you play the 2 seed, but that's Georgetown. We already beat them. There'll be revenge. Listen, this conference is pretty tough. None of these teams are slouches. So, but you want to go into the tournament that you have to win to get into the national tournament in May. We're one of the 16 teams because you get the auto bid. So you want to win tonight, and then next weekend at Mile High at Peter Barton Stadium, you want to win that game and win 2 games. You got to win 2 games. You got to win the semifinal and the final, and you've played all those teams, so you know how they're going to play you and what they can do. So it would be great for them to win. And I got the Swarm too. It's either tonight late or tomorrow. They're in Saskatchewan, and they're playing in the quarterfinals. So got to win to play on. If not, long airplane ride home and enjoy the summer. So play some PLL lax outside. But hopefully they'll beat those guys and continue on their winning ways. So, with that, here's how I'm going to end my word of the day. I'm going to end my week on for April 25th, 2025. Oh, a little past 6. Just a beautiful day. I'm going to go up here by the pool. Once again, no one's here yet. But in a couple weeks, in the middle of May, they all get out of school. So this place will be packed. And they got some guys doing pickleball behind me. Anyway, I'm going to stand here and catch some rays while I can. Sorry I left my glasses up. But here's what I'm thinking. Word of the day. Voice. Yeah. Voice. You can use it as an adjective, as a noun, a verb. Editorially, whichever way you want to. But having a voice, your voice, heard, manipulated, associated with, makes you take action. It has so many different meanings. Business, personal, athletics, sleep, life, whatever you're doing in your 24-hour period. You got to have a voice in some form or fashion. All right. I think silence is golden. Just let the scoreboard talk, but you have to raise your voice when you need to, and, in a good way, sometimes not in a good way, but sometimes listen, it can mean so many things. Like in athletics, instead of chirping, let your voice be heard. Hey, I'm open, pass, or watch out, there's a guy behind you. That kind of stuff, communication. That's just awesome on the field. But you also want to, if you think something wrong, you shouldn't really talk to the refs, but you voice it to your coach. Let him talk to the refs. Like in high school, they don't do instant replay. I think they should. These games mean so much to these high school guys who are going to go off and play in college and everything else. And, I just think that, that would be a really cool thing for those players. Because they play basically everything else. They just don't have they have a time clock. Instant replay would, I'm nothing against the Zebras. Those guys, I got nothing against the Zebras. But sometimes they mess up calls. And it could change someone's life forever. You got to voice your opinion there. Hey, I want to get that looked at. Look at the replay. Voice your opinion. Athletics, you got to have a voice. I'm open, hit me. Watch out for the guy behind you. And maybe you're in class. Hey man, that was a great dad. Give that person kudos in front of your whole team or your whole business, guys. So like I said, if you have command of your voice in all different situations, man, that's an excellent characteristic to have. Business, got to have a voice. If you're standing up for your product and you're in a very competitive industry, you got to have a voice. It's got to be digitally, on the phone, on an email, on a Zoom call, on video, on a vlog, on a text, whatever it might be. Your voice. If you want to stand out, you got to figure out a way for your voice to be heard. Amongst the 8 billion people that are on the planet. And that more percentage or market share that you have your voice, whatever it might be, positive thought, you're trying to sell something, let people know, a public service announcement, whatever it might be. That voice is so important. And you got to do it in the short amount of time and get the most information in with that time, because people's attention spans are very, very, very small these days. To get someone to spend some time with you, it's rough, man, because there's so many people out there. But if you use your voice, strategically amongst that, digitally, oh my God, you'll get to, I just had a guy who put his podcast out yesterday, did a blast. Hit 33 people that hit his, it hadn't even been 24 hours. He came in, he goes, hey man, I don't even get this stuff, man, but I had 33 people hit that. And that was awesome. I said, hey man, all you need is one good one. He's in project management. But that's kind of stuff. I was like, heck, only 33? What if you got 0? What if you got 2? You only need is 1. Hey, let's go after those 3. And that's going to grow. We just sent the thing out. People sit on those emails and whatever. You're always going to get people that will look at them. So that's having a voice. That's in real time. Just a real good example, in business. In relationships, you got to have a voice. Hey, you want to go out to breakfast? You want to go out to lunch, dinner, date? Hey, you want to go horseback riding? Hey, you want to go ice skating? Hey, you want to go to the water park? Hey, you want to go out in the boat, water ski? You want to do stuff, you got to communicate, you got to have a voice. All right. And you got to have a voice because you remember all the people that you communicate with during the day. Your spouse in the morning, if you get up together. Then you have clients. Then you got people knocking at the door. Then there's people that you go out, the bank, the gas station, the grocery store. You go out to lunch. You just talk to so many people. And if you talk to them in a really nice voice or a real, professional voice that carries some knowledge and the hard school of knocks, so to speak, they're going to remember you. All right? So that, in relationship, using your voice is so, so important. Use it in a positive way, not in a negative way. Because I'm telling you, when you raise your voice, you don't sound calm. It's chaotic. All right? And I know, listen, everybody loses their cool. Trust me. I'm going to be 62. I've lost it plenty of times. And now I look back 20 years, I'm like, shouldn't have lost it. A couple of those, I had every right to raise my voice. Like I said, I got no problem with it. All right? When my kid was getting bullied in school in like 8th grade, and he didn't want to get suspended for hitting the guy, I was like, dude, man, I would have been psyched. Let those guys lay those bully down. No one ever is going to screw with you again. And I had to go out with the voice, sit down with the principal and the consultant and the teacher, and but I had to raise my voice because I was like, hey, man, you got to do something about this, So, and it's amazing. He was taking Taekwondo, but he was more worried about me getting pissed off. Pissed off, go clock. As long as you warned him before you clock him, I got no problem. I grew up in the 70s. We settled everything at the bus stop. All right. I grew up in New York City. Was mugged, beaten up, played roller hockey. I did all sorts of stuff. Believe me, I come from this hard school knocks. New York, Philly. That's pretty rough. And no one was standing up for me except for myself. So use your voice and your sleep. You got to tell your body, hey, man, I'm going to give you the time that you deserve. You just had a kick-ass week, and I'm going to give you some good sleep. I know I got to be up at the lot, by 9 o'clock at least, maybe 8:30. And I got to get a wire done at the bank in the morning, too, on my way up there. So I might not, I'm going to do my best. If DU wins, it'll be tough for me to sleep. If DU doesn't get the win, I'm still going to be up. But I'm going to try to give my body 6 hours because I like getting up and get my act together before I have to go. So use your voice with your body. Tell it, man. Give me some rest. We'll do it again tomorrow. I'm going to have a long day tomorrow, too. So that's what I'm thinking. From the heart, take it to the bank, put up your knowledge vault. Use it for whenever you need it. It's kind of partly cloudy here today, but hey, at least it's not raining. And, if you work on that every day, every week, every month, for the remainder of the year, December 31st, you'll have about 8 months of data on yourself where you can look back and see what was going on. And some days you probably could have used a bigger voice, maybe some other days a smaller voice, maybe you had the right tone exactly. Timing in business is everything, and with your voice, the way you inflect, some people, they like the aggressiveness. Some other people like the little calmer. That's something you got to sense with your voice inflection. All right, but it's so important. So that's what I'm thinking. Use it for what it is. It's a value nugget, man. It should be part of your voice inflection, just having command over your voice for different types of people, different situations, making everything positive with it. And just remember, when you use your voice, or when you write emails, and you want to use as less words to get as most information as time, because you're only going to have so much of attention span with people. All right. So if you become an expert at that, oh man, you're going to be an expert in your field. You're going to make a lot of sales. You're going to have a good day. A lot more W's on the board than L's. All right. So appreciate you all out there. Have a great rest of this TGIF. Have an awesome Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you up on the lot tomorrow. And be safe. Take action. Work on that voice.